One viewer says, it's my house and I'll paint it any color I want.
Why would anyone want to live in the villages? When should you update your estate plan?
Should we be terrified of lithium batteries? All that and more. Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers, coming to you from the Villages, the world's largest retirement community, the world. And we live in Central Florida, about an hour north of Orlando, if you're wondering. And each week we come here on Monday to open the mailbag and bring you all sorts of questions, tips, and tricks for maximizing your retirement. Are you maximizing your retirement?
I have really been maximizing my retirement. Lots of fun.
Yeah, you just got back from a walk, didn't you?
I did, hence my frizzy hair.
We have what we think is a great show for you today. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
Let's start it off with a viewer video. This is from Amelia and Kenny up in Michigan.
Hi, Jerry and Linda.
Hi,
I'm Amelia,
I'm Kenny.
and we are from Michigan.
We have a question about golf carts. We have an electric golf cart, and we were wondering, what do snowbirds do with their electric golf carts down there during the 5 months in the heat of the summer when they are not there? Do they store it in their garage? Is that good to do? We were kind of wondering.
Thank you.
We'll
See you when we get there.
See ya.
I absolutely love those guys. You did a wonderful job on your question. You were so vivacious, exuberant. That's the way we like it. Well done. And they want to know, what do the snowbirds do when they're gone with that electric cart? It's something to think about. Because we have an electric cart now, as you know. We have the Easy Go electric, and we leave it in the garage all the time.
Right.
You don't want to park any golf cart outside. This Florida sun is brutal, and it will definitely affect your dash, your paint, your tires. Keep it inside. Now the garage is hot, yep, but keep it in there anyway. We have a gas grill. Well, we don't have it anymore, but we had a gas grill, and we went through 2 covers on that in just a couple years. They were jet black, and with no time at all, boom, they were white. That sun does it.
We had somebody come in Bargains and Blessings on Friday that wanted a gas grill cover because hers had faded. And I said, let's go look. And sure enough, there was one just for her, and it fit.
By the way, Linda works the first and third Fridays in the mornings over at the Bargains and Blessings. She'd love to see you over there, bringing in your things to donate and coming in and seeing what you can find. She's always bringing something home. Last week, she brought home a bottle.
I did. This week, what did I buy? I don't think I bought anything this
A decorative bottle.
Maybe.
It wasn't liquor.
No. Yeah, there's always going to be a find. Yeah,
Something in there.
that's right.
So,
Come see me.
but speaking of those electric carts, now here's what we've learned. They have a bigger battery in there. It's usually 1 unit. There used to be maybe 6 batteries all hooked together, but now you have 1 big battery. And they say the optimum thing to do, and by the way, everything we tell you is just what we think. So you might want to check this with your dealer, and verify everything for yourself. But we've learned to store the cart for any length of time at 80%. You charge it up to 80% and leave it. And I've heard tales that people go away for months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, come back, and it may still be on where you left it, or just dropped, a percent or two. So charge it up, leave it there. You try to have ventilation if possible. That's not really possible in your garage. Many garages down here don't even have windows, but it's better in the garage than out in the weather.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. They're so safe now, and knock on wood. And again, do your own research. But from what we've heard, these batteries have far less problems than the batteries that came before them.
Yeah, great.
And some people say, don't let your tires rest on concrete, that they will develop a flat spot over a long period of time. Well, I don't really know how you combat that. They'll put carpet strips underneath it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that helps a little bit. They say remove the key, take the key out so it can't be switched on, inadvertently, I guess, by a ghost or something, or a neighbor or someone checking your house. And don't leave the parking brake on, and chalk the wheels if there's any slope, in the garage. But I wouldn't worry. I think lithium batteries are one of the great inventions of the last 10 years, or 20, whatever it is.
The first question is from Ellery. If it's my property, nobody has a right to dictate what color I can paint my house. Okay.
Ellery, you don't live in an HOA then.
Yeah.
Down here, nobody tells you anything. You do what you want, but after you've done it, then they will tell you. There's a palette of colors that's your neighborhood is approved.
Right.
And by the way, when I say your neighborhood, there are how many districts now? 15?
Yeah.
15 different districts, and they each may have a slightly different set of rules. So keep that in mind. But in a district, they will have an approved set of colors, and you must pick from that color. If you pick a different color, they can fine you daily until you straighten that problem out.
Yikes.
And they will. So you say they can't tell you, and if you're on your farm out in the wilderness, they can't tell you. But if you're in an HOA, we're not. We live in a restricted community where there are bylaws, and you sign those when you buy the property.
Indeed.
You've got to adhere to them, or you're going to get fined, and nobody likes that.
Yep.
Ted and Bailey wrote in, have you ever had any huge bills from irrigation leaks or problems while you were away? We've never had a sprinkler system. Great question. The answer is no. We, luckily, in 7 years, and we've been away a lot. We've gone on
Cruises.
a whole bunch of cruises
Right.
and vacations, but we've never had a big leak while we were gone. Now, we've had some while we were here. Once in a while, you will have a sprinkler head that
Yes.
pops off, and it looks like Old Faithful in your yard. Well, the problem is when that goes unnoticed for weeks and weeks, and then you rack up a big bill.
Yeah.
So no, we have not encountered that. Some people do, especially the snowbirds. But I'll tell you what a basic water bill is for us. And it could vary. Right now we're set to water 1 extra day each week. So it should be 33% higher for us now than it is any other time. But a typical water bill for us would be about $33 for irrigation. That's typical. And then we have that facility fee of $11.19. That's the irrigation base. So each month we'll pay an average maybe of $40, $45 on irrigation. I've heard tales of people spending $1,000 when they've had a leak.
Yeah.
So you want to stay on top of that system and make sure, keep an eye on your bill. Each month you'll get the village's utility bill. Looks something like that. My name's on it, my address, so I can put it like that. And it will have all your charges. It has water base, that's what you use in your house, irrigation base, what you use outside, your sewer base, amenity fee, and your sanitation collection. By the way, if you don't know, the sanitation right now costs $23 a month. And they pick up how many days?
2 days a week.
In our case, it's Mondays and Thursdays. Our neighbors in the neighborhood next door to us, a mile down or so, I think theirs is Tuesdays, and I'm not sure what their second day is, Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah.
So anyway, irrigation, everybody's got it here. It's not a choice of whether you have it or whether you don't. You have it.
Yeah.
In the villages, you have irrigation. I'm assuming, again, there's 15 different, and I know all the new ones have irrigation.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun.
I like it. Fun.
You like fun? Well, people have generally told us they like these puzzles that we're giving them. And the first one here, take a look at it. See if you can solve it in your home. We'll leave it up there for a minute, and then I'll tell you the answer. If you want, you can pause it and then come back to the answer. But you can see it right there. See the I and the M? What do you think that means? I'm. And then that's obviously somebody walking. You see the footsteps? And then the switch says off and on is highlighted. I'm walking on sunshine. I'm walking on sunshine. Oh. There you go with number one. Let's do another one. Let's see. Okay. There it is for you. Check it out. It's a little boy pointing to a girl, hearts and an S, someone pointing to themselves. The answer is, she loves me, the like symbol, a rock. She loves me like a rock. Of ages, she loved me. There you go. So that's 2. How many of you are 2 for 2? Raise your hands. Look, quite a few of them. Got it. Yeah, wonderful. Good job. All right. Now look at this one. There we go. I fell, and it's all built up like that. What do you think? That's the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I don't have that one.
And here we go on. It's pretty self-explanatory. Take a look at it. That's 4 today. We went way above and beyond in the fun factor. You getting the fun factor? That's 1 in the middle of a million. 1 in a million. 1 in a million.
Nice, nice.
Very good. And that's enough fun. I need to take a break. So let's go to bubble wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. On this week's Bubble Wrap, I'm trying out a product called Rejuvenate. I'm putting it on my lanai bars and some other areas that are outside to see if it can restore them, make them look better than new. That's this week's Bubble Wrap. The directions say you have to make sure that your surface is really clean. So I'm giving it a spray and then wiping this down with a paper towel. Otherwise, it won't adhere correctly. The directions say you're supposed to take a little bit of the Rejuvenate and put it on a microfiber cloth, like I have here. Now, what you see behind me, I did this about 2 weeks ago, so it looks pretty good, but you can put a second coating on to make it really shine. You do 1 swoop like this and not repeat yourself. Look at that shine, and it dries pretty fast. As I said, this is a second coat for this. It looked pretty good with the first, and it'll really help protect the metal outside that is facing the ravages of the sun. So once again, the rule is clean it off good and make sure it dries before you put the Rejuvenate on so it'll adhere correctly. So just like on the one on the back with the rails, you just put a thin coating on and then it'll dry to a nice sheen. You can see already it's looking pretty good. So here's a nice close-up, and you can see my outside lamps are looking pretty good, and hopefully this will last a while. And come on down here, you can do the sides. It's not really good for the glass, but it's good for all the metal fixtures out here and protects them from the sun. People always ask me, in this case, the product is called Rejuvenate. You can see it in this purple and white bottle. It's kind of expensive. This is about $17 or $18, but it looks like a little goes a long way. I'm going to do a follow-up later to see if the shine on my outside posts and other metal objects remains looking good. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter. I always love those tips from Peter. Everybody does. Mm-hmm. So if you ever have a question that you'd like Peter to investigate, you can send it to that email address right there. That's Peter's email address. And he will give it a look, and if it's something that he wants to tackle, he'll probably hook you up in a bubble wrap.
I gotta tell you, Peter, though, you are really influencing people. And Friday at Bargains and Blessings, I had a couple come up and said they just love your section and your portion of the show, that they are now on a schedule to polish their air conditioning unit, their outside and everything. They said it's wonderful. So you've got people working.
Thanks, Peter. I have a new favorite cake. Linda fixed it the other day. Remember, if you join us on Facebook, you saw that I had lined up, I don't know, 10 cakes and icings, and Linda said, pick one. So I said, okay. Now, for years, one of my favorites has been yellow cake with chocolate icing. I also like pineapple upside down cake. I love coconut cake with white icing with coconut on it. I love it, love it. But I said, let's go with this spice cake with caramel latte icing, and it is now my favorite. That is like eating heaven. That is so good. Oh my goodness. So thank you for that.
You're
cake.
very welcome. You're much appreciated. I mean, yeah, whatever.
I am.
You're welcome. But I had someone not compliment. They kind of made a comment on the Facebook that I wasn't really baking. I was dumping boxes.
Dump away, baby.
I
Dump
was dumping
away.
But you know what? If I go to the stove and I press that button that says bake, I'm baking.
That's right. And listen, I tried to make my own bread, and it came out perfect.
It did.
But it was like $10 a loaf when you make it yourself, and it's hard to do. And the bread from the grocery is always good.
Yeah.
So what? So that cake was perfect. I promise you, whoever you were, lady, you could not make a cake better than that if you made it from scratch. I guarantee that you couldn't make it any better. That cake was...
That was good. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, I did. By the way, I want to mention my shirt. This is from Jennifer up in Washington.
Yeah.
Did you watch our live show Wednesday night? She said, I'm going to send, if somebody wanted to send you something, what would they, look at that. I already got it, Gonzaga Bulldogs. I love this team. It's a small team, but they fear no one. It's kind of like Linda, small and fearless.
I'm fearless.
Gonzaga is great. Thank you, Jennifer, for that. I love it. Love it.
You look suave. It's time for Pet of the Week.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's Tina Weaver from Lake Denham. We are actually at our farm in Owensville this weekend, which is about 20 minutes from New Haven. This is our black dog is Labradoodle. He's about 6. And then our daughter's dog is the Golden Retriever, Gunner. He's about 2. So they always enjoy their time here. They get a little crazy. A lot of running, swimming, just enjoying their time. They're just crazy. It's early morning and they are both well rested and wanting to play. Have a great day.
Thank you, Tina. Tina lives part-time in Missouri and part-time in the villages. And she sent that in of those dogs frolicking in the open spaces. No leashes required. I'll bet you're not picking up the poop though, Tina, are you? I don't know. We never did at home.
Yeah.
We just let her go, baby. Fertilize that yard.
Oh, I got to tell you a story. This morning when we were walking.
Poop story?
Yes. Yes, right in the middle of the street, right in front of me. Walking down the street, we're doing about a mile walk.
Were you swinging your arms?
No, not really. In my head. But there was a big pile of poop.
In the street?
Right in the middle of the street. And I go, oh, and then we turned around and not too far back was another pile of poop. So,
Well, you know who did that.
I do know. And then not too long, about 2 blocks down the street, a little bitty tiny poodle that big come running up to us. And the owner was behind it without a leash. I'm going, well, I've seen 2 violations today. I don't see that anytime. And 2 times today.
Well, there's a lady who has an ingenious system rigged up to walk her dogs. She got a couple of them.
Yes.
And she has a bike, and those dogs run right alongside the bike. But the lady can't see behind the dogs.
They're leashed.
And I have actually seen them lift their tails and drop a nugget every now and then.
Just like a horse would, you know.
But I
They're
don't blame them. I mean, a couple car tires will take care of that.
She didn't know. She just kept going on. And she had one of those really short bikes. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that was this morning.
What a beautiful pool.
It's amazing. I'm really enjoying this hot tub area.
R&R Swimming Pools did a wonderful job on this one. They believe that your backyard pool should be the most beautiful part of your home. Backed by an industry-leading warranty, and you're not going to get better service anywhere. R&R Pools has been in service since 1985, building pools all over Central Florida. They have a team ready to design one for you.
It's beautiful. I just want to stay here all day, Jerry.
Me too. They built countless pools throughout Central Florida. If you're interested in a pool like this, and who wouldn't be, you can find the contact information right there on your screen.
Next question from Anonymous. Why would anyone want to live in the villages? No crime, no gangs, no carjackings, no drug problems, no state tax, no freezing weather. Why would anyone want to retire in an awful place like that?
And that's kind of the way we feel. You know, people are saying you're too much in a bubble. You're not exposed to the real world. Hallelujah. It's great here. I mean, we feel safe.
You're right.
And it's just a great place to live.
Yeah.
And that's why people on the outside sometimes look at us. I don't know, sometimes it seems pompous to say it might be jealousy. But why would you downgrade a place you've never been to? This is a nice place.
It is.
And we love it, and we think most people would.
Yeah.
It may not be for everybody, but it's for us.
Hey, Jerry and Linda. A question that we get a lot here at Pittman Law is how often should we update our estate plan? If I had one solid set answer for that, I would certainly tell you, but I don't. It's very dependent on you as an individual. So what I normally recommend is, number one, if you move out of state. If you have recently become a full-time resident of Florida, you need to update your documents. Now, if you need to update the actual will and trust, I don't know, we'll talk about it. But the incapacity documents, I know for a fact, should be updated. Those are governed by Florida state statute, and you should update those when you become a Florida resident. And I'd also say every 3 to 5 years, dust it off, take a peek at it. Make sure that if you have a trust, it's funded. Make sure that, you know, if you did your estate plan 20 or 30 years ago, there has been changes in the estate tax. Florida doesn't have a state level estate tax, that's true, but federally we do. And that has gone up significantly over the last several years. So you're gonna wanna take a peek at that to see, maybe we can simplify this to make things easier on administration when one of us, if we're a married couple or upon my death. So that might be a change. Other things have come out. We've had case law. There's been litigation over different estate planning techniques and things that are inserted into your wills and trusts. So you might want to update just to make sure that it's clean. But your family's probably changed in the last 20 or 30 years. Maybe your kids have grown up. Maybe you have grandkids now. All of that makes a difference with your estate plan and the dynamics of it. So I recommend every 3 to 5 years, dust it off, see what's changed. If you need a little more, that's fine. Just remember that the estate plan exists to make things smoother. And that's our intention. When you come in to an estate planning consult, we want to make things as easy as possible for your loved ones. So if you have any questions, reach out to us at Pittman Law. Otherwise, Jerry and Linda, thanks for everything.
Thank you, Sydney. That is great advice. Those are the kind of things we need to know. And we appreciate them when they come on and bring us that helpful legal advice.
It's time for celebrity lookalikes.
Yeah, this is a new feature. I don't know if we're going to keep this or not, but it's kind of fun because Lynn from New Jersey sent this in. And she thinks that Linda looks like Juliet Mills, the actress. Remember her from way back, Nanny and the Professor?
Oh, yeah.
I remember that show, but you know what? That was only on for 1 or 2 years.
Oh, man, they didn't like her looks or something?
It's amazing. Things that we think, like Gilligan's Island, we think, oh, man, that was great. That was on forever. No, short time.
Oh.
It's funny, but you do look like Juliet Mills. She's a hottie. And Susan Ellis sent us these photos. She ran into this guy in the Villages. That's Rod Stewart.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Actually, it's someone that looks like Rod Stewart, but he sure does. Mm-hmm. And John Tamulonis sent in these. He looks like Bruce Willis. You wear that bald head really nice, John. You know, I've always thought, man, I'm so lucky that I can afford these good toupees because I wouldn't look good without
that hair.
Without it. Yeah, man, I look like that guy on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with a big head. And here's our friend Scott Weaver. And isn't he a dead ringer for Kurt Russell? Nice. If you know somebody that looks like a celebrity, send us in their picture. We'll be glad to include them in the show. That's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Easy Go Days is coming to Gary's Garage in Eastport. And Linda and I are going to be there. That's October 17th and 18th, both days. And you're invited, and you can go down there and test drive. They're going to have food and surprises and all kinds of fun. We're going to be there on Friday from 2 to 3 p.m. And on Saturday, we're going to be there from 10 to 11. So come out and join the fun, test drive an E-Z-GO, and don't forget that we have a $500 coupon that you can use for the purchase of any 2025 E-Z-GO. And that coupon will be good till the 1st of January. Carol and Howard sent us in this photo. Look at that. Now, that's a skywriting over Rancho Cucamonga. Now, I like to say that. That's fun to say, Cucamonga. And they thought you'd enjoy seeing it. I've seen a skywriter a few times in person. Have you?
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of fun. You got to hold your head just right to see it, though. You know, you may be behind it, or it's backwards if you're standing in the wrong place.
And now it's time for Jerry and Linda's shoutouts.
Hey, we love it when you send your picture in. So send that in to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com, and we will include you each week. We love that, and we can put a face to the names of all those comments, and it's fun. And don't forget to join us for Wednesday Night Live. What did you think of that video on Saturday morning? Did you watch that? When we had that little tragedy out there on Highway 27. It wasn't, luckily nobody got hurt, but it was a $550 mishap, and that was our camera. I had it attached with a magnet.
It was a strong magnet. I did
Very
not
strong
know how that
magnet.
happened.
And we're driving along and we're commenting, and all of a sudden we see that thing start, boom,
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
toast. And you know what she said? You think it hurt the car? Our new car? Oh no. But luckily we had this Ultimar system put on about 2 or 3 months ago. It's like a ceramic finish, a coating.
A coating.
It goes on like wax, you know, and you wax it on and wax it off. And
I'm glad we got that.
that camera
Man,
banged and dinged and it didn't leave a mark. Thank you, Ultimar, for that. Man, that would have been, I would have been in a tizzy.
You would have been.
But thanks again for those pictures. Everybody, feel free to send in those comments. Pet of the week. We need your pet of the week. Send that pet of the week in. And out and about, if you go out and about and you have a great meal, send that in to us. We'd love that as well. And of course, we love having you with us every single week. And that's going to do it for this edition of
Mailbag Monday.
When this video goes off, another one of our best videos is coming on right after. So keep you rolling there and watching, and you're going to go right into one of our favorites. So thank you for that.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends, neighbors, and relatives, and everyone you know. Until next time.
See you when you get here.